Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's up,
Uh,
dude?
I'm so happy to be joined by the amazing team behind Triumph. I'm joined by Petar, the director, and Kristina, the producer
She's also
And the
there.
director
They're
as well.
and
co-directors.
director as well.
They're
Co-director.
both producers, directors, writers.
We are
They
everything.
did everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing today?
It's a difficult question because we are in different parts of the day. I'm in Toronto and Chris is in Bulgaria. But yes, it's a long day. Yes, great. Thank you. Thank you.
So, what was the idea behind this film, and where did you? I guess what was that moment where you realized this is something that you have to make?
Hmm.
Well, who will start?
Chris.
Okay. Um, when I was a kid, shortly after the fall of communism, I remember us driving with my parents to our country house, and suddenly in the middle of the village there was a military camp. And we were stopped by soldiers, and uh, my parents had to show their passports. Uh, and when we asked the soldiers what happening, they told us that it's a secret military operation. And it was very crazy. And after years after it, I told this story to Peter, and he was very excited and and
Yes, and when she showed me the real place, because now there is a one big stone on it, and yes, and I said that we have to make a film about it, and
But you did know about the thing, right? You
no,
knew,
actually,
you knew the story.
I knew it this because I was kid when this happened as Chrissy, but I was in another town, and I remember in the first this was the first private Bulgarian newspapers after the communism, and I remember that in the newspaper these articles about psychic and high rank officers who start to digging a hole in the ground to find some very special. No,
supernatural
it was very crazy period. It was very crazy period after the fall of the communism when a lot of psychics, a lot of these superstitious
Soothsayers and all types of healers and
people very connected. A lot of them very
Right.
connected with the SSSR.
whatever. The USSR, yeah.
Yes, they start to work on our society, if I could use this word to work.
To
And
work it,
for
yeah.
example, there was one psychic Kashpirovsky. Maybe you know it, I don't know. It was very famous in this period in Eastern Europe. And he have on the TV, on the national TV, he have a special session and
He had a huge TV show,
huge
yeah.
TV show on the national TV before the news, before the main news, and he spoke to the people, how to fix their energy. And
Yeah.
for example, my father had problem with his hair,
Hair loss.
empty, yes, hair loss, and he every time he on the he you know he was very strict with the schedule to catch
To watch the show.
this show and to try to fix the problem with his hair. Unfortunately, this couldn't happen. But this is the background, of
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the
Right.
that this story,
And
and this story is very emblematic. Maybe this is the first big sensation uh, after in the beginning of the democracy period.
yeah, definitely. And
And
they had the idea to make the film. They were wondering whether or not actually at some point when we talked about it, and I was surprised that there was even any doubt about it. Should this be the film or something else? And funnily enough, I hadn't I hadn't heard that story, which is not a common thing in Bulgaria. A lot of people have, you know. And
You're younger, that's why.
well, I'm 1 year younger than him, so that's
Yes, one
not
year.
really.
Yes.
But anyway, when he told me about the real, actual classified operation, so-called classified military operation, I was like, of course, this is the film. Let's do it.
Yes, 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 yes. So
So how did you guys get Maria on board? Because that's like a, a big name to kind of get onto, any movie. What was like, did she become in like interested by that story as well? Or was there some, or what was that process?
uh
Oh,
yes, if you want you and or me or
you can start.
okay, I can start and you help. So uh we knew Maria from the National Film School. She was a student in the actor classes, and we taught to these classes some exercises for cinema. And yes, when we work with her there, we discover her talent and her great potential for acting. And after we make a cast for our previous film for one very small but important role, and she made it in a very very great way. And after it, when we uh, yes, when we start to the writing process of Triumph,
Yeah, we
our
envision.
imagine came her, yes, her as an actress. We usually we prefer to make the casting during the writing process,
Yeah, to know who you're writing
and to know, and we are very thankful to her that she she find time for us, because in this period she was and she's, yes, very busy. This was after Borat. She was Oscar nominated,
Yeah,
and she's, yes, but she's great actress and very and great person. Very very, how to say, Schneider Kake.
Generous.
generous, very
Generous.
generous. Yeah, and we are very grateful for our collaboration with her because, as Petar said, she is extremely organic, inventive, and brave actress. Um, and she's ready to jump into the deepest depth without a life belt.
But they also have great
We are
rapport.
very, yeah, we improvise a lot on set, and she's very open to it, and she's very, how to say, uh, very inventive, as I thought, and the process
Right.
was really great, and it was great experience.
And she really trusts you a lot. Back from
Yeah,
when you first met, she has built that trust in you. Yeah.
yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, she said it, I remember.
And so you wrote the role for her and then just kind of said, okay, hopefully she's willing to do this type thing.
Yes, yes, and she after she um read
Right,
read
right.
Right.
she read the script. Very soon her feedback came, and she was, she loved the story and the character of Slava, the character that she did in the film. And yeah, so it was, this
It all
was,
worked out nicely.
Yeah, in the end, it did.
yeah.
So I guess kind of switching a little bit to the actual making of the film. Were there points where you felt like this is never getting made? Where either you're faced with challenges or you just felt like, you know, this feels like it's still too big of a thing for us to be able to make and release?
Трудности.
Има ли някога момент, в който да си кажеш, то никога няма да успеем да направим този филм, твърде е голям и труден?
Sì, или?
I don't know. Maybe this is the most challenging film for us. Maybe
Yes.
for now, it
Hmm.
was very difficult to write a proper script in the beginning. After we write the script, maybe how long was that? So maybe 5 years or
It took some time, but on and off, you know, not the whole time, but
yeah, not only
yeah, it
this.
was around 4 or 5 years, I would say, yes, from
Yeah,
the inception until the shooting draft.
Yes, and after it, the shooting was, I mean, in total, the shooting was maybe the shooting was the most funny period
yeah,
of the,
and the easiest thing
we
was
shoot in the middle of nowhere, let's say in one, we build a real camp, we dig a real hole in the ground, and the crew was amazing, and Maria and the other actors also. So it was very nice period, but of course it was hard and difficult because we shoot in the real nature, and there was a storms sometimes, which we about these storms we have to break for some moments shooting,
Right.
and and after the editing also was a big challenge. For first time we work with another editor, because usually in our previous films we did edit, but this time we have a great chance because of our Greek co-producers on board to come. Yorgos Mavropseridis, he's the editor of Lobster, Poor Things, Kind of Kindness.
All films by Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yes, and he's very, how to say, he's great person, great professionalist, but there was a chemistry between us.
yeah.
We
We
provoked
can't
each other.
imagine. We can't imagine to edit our films
Yourselves anymore.
ourselves. Yes,
Right.
Without Yorgos.
without him. Yeah.
So, because before I wrap it up and before I'm kind of told to leave, well, the last question I have for you is, if someone listening is like, they're not sure if they want to go watch your movie, how can you sell it to them or pitch it to them, and get them to actually, go watch it?
Някои ви слушали, не е сигурен дали също иска да гледат филма. Как ще му го продадете? Как ще му кажете да отида да го гледат?
Oh.
Yes, if you
Hardest question for last.
Well, first maybe we have to point that this is a crazy, wacky, comical story, which proves that real life can be more fun, more absurd, and unbelievable than any fiction. And yeah, maybe also we have to point that we had many fun and many laugh while we are while we are making a story, and we are confident that maybe this feeling will reach the audience as well.
From
Right.
personal experience, I can say that this story kind of sells itself. Like, so far, whenever we've mentioned to anyone what this is about and that it's actually inspired by something real, that this, they really did that, even though they're not in these details, but this happened. This
Right.
kind of, people say, "Oh my God, really?" And then they usually want to watch.
And on the end, I can say that to the audience, if they want to see how the military guys, the psychic can collaborate with the aliens, they could watch our film.
Want to know more about the connection with
For the relationship.
extraterrestrial civilizations? And
With that being
synergy that
said,
can-
thank you guys so much for taking the time to talk today. Hopefully you guys have, an enjoyable rest of the day. I'm sure you're packed with interviews, so I appreciate you taking the time. And yeah, perfect.
Thank you very much.